got the WL-Toys 124018. This thing is awesome. Oh, man. Wow. We already know. Very nice. Oh, sweet. Doesn't come with batteries. You need 4 AA. Ooh, take a look. Wow. All metal. The sand was for me. This is a redo, guys. Take 2. Wow, look at this thing. Metal oil shocks. It has the 1/14 drivetrain in it. Feels really nice. Whole roll cage. 2 guys, their heads turn. Man. Oh, I see wires, LED lights on the top. This is the GoolRC version on Amazon for $109. $109. That's crazy. You get a 550 motor, a 60 amp, ESC, a nice fast servo. That's my Leap. I was driving it. Look at I drove this thing 10 times already. It still looks like new. Let's get a look here on the bench. Wow, look at this, guys. This is one of the best looking RCs I've ever seen. I love how the rear shock comes up like more scale instead of how they all are where they're all the same. Now it has a rear spare tire. The back tires are a little bit wider than the front. I don't think anybody ever noticed that. And that guy's looking at you like you changed the tires and put the back on the front, didn't you? Hadley Racing World. I'm not sure what that means. We got a LED light bar up here on the top, more for show. It puts a little light out. You can see it at night. That helps out a big. We got the cool shocks coming up out of the chassis. Look at that. So you just take a couple screws off if you want to get in there. But check this out. That is awesome. It keeps a lot of the dirt out, and you still got room for if you want to upgrade to brushless or whatever. We got a 550 and a 60 amp in this little thing. Oh, it goes over 30 miles an hour, guys, and we're going to test it. We already did, but we're going to do it again. It has a little servo. I wish it was a little bigger. Now, it does the job. It turns them real fast. Pretty responsive. Pretty tough truck here. Full alloy metal chassis. The composite is like a skid plate. And I like that. Look how tight the body is up on it. That is sweet. I've taken this out a few times and it still looks like new. Here's a 1/12. Came with those size tires, they were green. But I got the same size tires on it. Let's do a little compare. Let's get this one lined up like that. Turn the tires. Oh, that's gonna fall off. Let's get this one lined up like that. We got your 1/18th, 1/16th, 1/14th, 1/12th. It's a 1/14th. Come on, guys. It says it's a 1/12, which is arguable because the chassis is pretty big. We got lots of tires to try. Let's get going. It comes with one. This is the $109 version, which is a steel. It comes with 1 battery. It's all you need because if you're going to use another battery, you might as well upgrade it to brushless. Now, the brushless version is 200 or something, low over, with all together. With a nice new controller, you got your throttle dual rate, you got your steering trim, on-off switch, and a mode button. I'm not sure. Maybe for if you add more lights into the plug-in. I don't know. I got an extra set of hardened steel spur pinion, steel gears, another center shaft. I don't know what. I was trying to get that into there somehow. It didn't quite work. But so this was meant to be. I'm gonna run this a little bit and then we're gonna grease it and just keep it going with the crew. We're gonna try all these tires. Let's go. You take the rear tire off, which will make the rear wing a lot more active, and it does have a panel underneath. We're gonna see what that looks like. Look at that, guys. Very good bumper. Now the wing in hard crashes is probably going to break off. Look at the chassis come out in the back there. Yeah, just wanted to show you. It is time to do the diffs. Yeah, that's bad. Let's get into it. And she's ready still. I'm just waiting to find some mud, guys. And I think I found some. It's hard to get to it with my car. Alright, before we open her up here and make a mess, let's try the magnet test on these upgrade gears. That's steel. That's steel. Hardened steel. Ooh, really magnetic. You know, the more you got it, the more steel and iron, the more iron. Oh yeah, you can pick it up. Nice. Center shaft. I believe this is alloy. Yep, not magnetic. Alright. Let's make a mess. Alright guys, so far we got the rails taken off. And one side here, I believe I have this screw and this screw, and I should be able to get the cage off. I got the hood off with 3 screws, so it's just a few. Hey guys, this is a pretty handy tool to have. One of these 90, if you want to use a power drill, get one of these little corner pieces like this. Yeah buddy. Super magnetic, solid duty. And I love this cart with the nice, sorry for shaking the camera, has all the nice Phillips screws everywhere. Oh, just beautiful. We're coming loose. I got these 2 in the front, loose in the front. But when you have the magnetic tip, you can just screw them and it pulls them out better. Just kind of knock it out of the way or something. Just leave it there. Oh. And they both stick on there, and you can pull them off. Oh. And it's good for if you drop a screw, you can go down and grab it wherever it's at. A great tip for working on these, whenever possible, screw the screws back into the part it came out of and you won't lose them. You know good screws when they're really magnetic. That means they got more steel and iron in them. Next I took out the top 2 screws of this bumper. It swings down, and I believe these 2, and it might come free. Good news guys, that is it. So your shock towers, and then those ones I just showed, remember to unplug your lights. And you can set that safely to the side here. And now get at your differentials properly. So the chassis is a crucial part of the car because the rear shock, the rear top of the shocks connect to the chassis there where that beef set. Next, snip the little zip tie holding the antenna and wire there. We're going to take the center brace off, so you're going to need to take these screws out. And this is how long they are. They're just barely threaded in a stand. They're fairly soft and they're in there really good. I recommend using a little hand screwdriver. Why in the world didn't they give this a heat sink? That looks so much better. I think I'm going to put a fan on this ESC for 3S. See how much it helps. Hopefully my soon-to-be big dog status inspires these guys to use Phillips screws here. But in the meantime, I'm going to find us a good drill set for these hex screws, and I will let you know ASAP. Let's get on with it. Did I ever mention the servo saver has a nice red cap like the shocks? Ain't that cool? Notice the rear suspension geometry, how the front connecting bar is shorter than the back, giving the axles kind of like a V shape. See how it kind of goes like this? And that's what gives you your toe in the rear. Otherwise I think it looks kind of squared up. So that's just your connecting points. Cool. Is that extra hole what they mean adjustable? What kind of 550 is this? Guys, look how big it is compared to the 3650. That's a 3670. I think that's what we're gonna get. Because we can put really tall gearing in it. Look at that beef motor plate. Wow, guys. That's all metal. Cool. We got a nice top brace here. Now these are all upgradable. This is, wow, that's a good piece of composite there. This thing's a center shaft is off. We got a nice anodized center shaft. Anodized. We have our nice nylon spur there, 32 pitch, really nice, really nice. The 979B has never had any gear problems. WL-Toys are not known. They never really have pinion and spur problems. Sometimes diffs, I don't know, I haven't had any. They've been really tough. They're just metal chassis and they're a little bit heavier RCs. So, of course, you know, it's just physics, my young son. We have a nice metal support system for that bad boy. Ooh-wee. Yee. I forgot to say, so next we're going to get these shocks and shock towers off. Here it is compared to one of the standard 112 shocks. The standard 112 is a little bit skinnier and a little bit longer in the back, and in the front it's still a little skinnier and it's much longer. So these have pretty cool beefy shocks. I would have figured these back ones would have been a little bit longer. Awesome though, it's beefy. Oh, the screws, beef. Do not use these 2000 milliamp chargers. They will have your cells in your battery jacked the F up. Toss it, don't use it. Then this lifts off there like that. Hey, beef. Looks like there should be some oil in there. I wish you didn't have to take off this steering bar, but you have to because there's 2 screws there, and then there's a screw here, one on the other side, another one right there, another one on the other side. Then you have to take off this bumper. Those ones are kind of hard to get out. We can leave this, it just swings. We'll take, I think we'll just take these 2 off, right here and right here. Sorry, I was looking at the camera. In the back, we're lucky we got the shocks off, the shock tower. We only need to take one end of these links off, so it looks pretty easy taking it off the center. Why do we have Allen hex bolts? And there's nice Phillips right there. Gotta look good, huh? I suppose they look a little better. Yep, then a couple more Phillips here in the back, and then we can get our diff covers off, and we'll be able to pull our diffs out. 2mm hex, just to let you know. These things stink. Takes forever. Holy cow, I got one off. I'm sorry to say we do have to pull a tire because we can't get this link. The motor's up a little too high. Unless you got a really short one. Hopefully my soon-to-be big dog status inspires these guys to use Phillips screws here. But in the meantime, I'm going to find us a good drill set for these hex screws, and I will let you know ASAP. But let's get on with it. So hold the shock there. 2 fingers, guys. 2 fingers, just like your old lady. Well, some of you, the ones with good old ladies anyway. We got 6 more screws here. Ladies and gentlemen, here is the differential. We got some grease in there. Hey, but it's not even close to as much as what you need. I'll show you how much you need. After about 10 runs, the metal shavings are very minimal. Now, I didn't see how the metal gears are. See how they're, I don't know, more on the drive pinion here. See how they're bent a little, like they got bent out of straightness. They're not perfectly straight. That's from not properly seating them. Now that's just called breaking in. What you want to do, this is very crucial, guys. This will make your gears a lot stronger. Set your throttle limit to like half throttle or less. Have it so it goes 10-15 mile an hour, and run 2 or 3 batteries like that, and your gears will polish and seat against each other and actually be a lot more durable. Now, the other problem with low grease is temperature. You wouldn't think about it, but just having a little bit of oil in there to spin around will keep these a lot cooler. They won't burn up on you as easy. Not even close to as easy.